So welcome to our session today. Today we will cover the scheduling adjustments. So the editing options individually or in bulk. We will add also time off. We will add tasks. So today we will cover really the scheduling adjustments, the agent overview, and also the time off and shift rate management. Perfect. So I'm going to share my entire screen. Let me know if you see it.
Yeah, we can
Yes?
see it.
Okay, perfect. So let's start with a quick recap of how to generate a schedule, and then we will go to the edit options. So there's three main ways of generating a schedule. Of course, after you add your workstream segmentation, after you create your shifts on the location section and you assign your agents to both workstreams and shifts, you will be able to generate your schedule in three ways. The first one is you can generate for a time range, a maximum 3 months. And when you do this, you are generating for all the agents that are assigned to a work stream and to a shift. Okay. So if you have agents that are not assigned, for example, to a shift, but are assigned to a work stream, the tool will not generate a schedule for them. Okay. So this is very useful when everything is correctly set up. Then, if you prefer to schedule your agents by team, for example, in this case, Elodie's team here, you also have the option to generate a shift for a specific team or a specific Zendesk group, okay, or a specific location. In this case, we have Brasilia here. You will generate only for the agent in this location. Be careful here because when you use the plus button, you are generating for the view that you have on your screen. So here I will generate only for the 27th of August. If I'm on the weekly view and you want to generate for next week, you need to go to next week view and then you click on the plus. Same for the monthly view. You can generate for an entire month and a specific team. The third option is to generate for a specific agent, and here too you have the plus next to the agent name. Here the same, you need to be on the correct view to generate a schedule for your agents. Now let's go to the how to edit a schedule. Let's start on the daily view. So I'm just going to do this. I'm not going. So after I will check how to really edit a shift. We will go to the bulk edit options that it's here. That is, you can add a shift, add a task, you can add time off or edit shift in bulk. But right now, let's try to understand if you want to make a quick adjustment on a specific agent shift. So when you click on the shift, you, of course, can select the task. So you can change a specific task. You can change the time. You can change the duration. You can change the activity. Here on the workstream side, we will display only the workstreams your agent is assigned to. So in this case, Milana is not assigned to tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, so we are not able to select them, but we can select voice or chat, for example, and save it. And right away it changed. When something you change but you is not published, you see it like this in yellow. So in this case, of course, any change need to be published for your agents to see it, okay? Then regarding the task, you can split in half. And then you also have here all those three dots here to split the task in half. So don't confuse this, but here is the task edit options and here is the shift edit options. Okay, so you can split the task in half, add a task to the left, to the right, or a new task. If I add a task to the right, I can just quickly add a meeting at here. Then you have the shift edit options, that is completely change the shift start time, add time off, delete shift, and copy shift. In this case, for example, Milana is starting at 9, but she requested to change to start at 10. I just need to change the start time and the length stays the same. Okay, and everything goes to the right. The same for all the options here. Add time off. You can add, we will see later, the agent can request time off. You can add the agent time off day by day or also in bulk. Okay, deleting a shift. You cannot delete a task. You can delete a shift. If you want to delete a task, you just need to do this. You can drag like this and you are going to cover the task that you don't need. Alicia, all good?
Yeah, everything is good so far.
Yes? Okay, perfect. Thank you. So this is for the adjustments on the daily view, okay? Then you also have here some options, that is edit start time of your shift, add time off, copy shift to another day, okay, or to another week or another month, and delete shift. So in WFM, you always have several places where you can do the same action, okay? In this case, you can do it here or you can do directly here. You can also now add notes if you want to put meeting and the agenda for the meeting. You can always add it and save and publish, and the agent will be able to see it. On the weekly view, it's a little bit simpler. So you can change, of course, the start date. You can change the start time and the length of a shift. In this case, you don't see the tasks, right? It's only the shift in general. If you click on the three dots, you can add time off to this specific day. When you click here, you just need to say what is the reason. The reasons are set up by your admins. And if you put full day, it will be 24 hours covered with the time off. If you only want the time off of the shift, you need to select the day and, of course, put from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Okay? And then you add the time off like this. You can regenerate a shift for this day. If the agent is assigned to several work streams and you want the tool to give you another option for the agent intraday, you regenerate a shift for this day. And now we also have the option to copy a shift. You can copy to another day, or you can copy to another moment. Of course, you can also copy to another agent. Okay, you can click here, copy this shift and add it to this day of Joseph, for example. And then you have the option also to copy shift to. This means that you are not copying exactly the intraday, okay? You are copying for example, the 9 a.m. shift of Milana. If you add it to Giovanni, it will put this specific shift, but for 1:45, okay? So it's just the intraday that you are copying. Then on the on the monthly view, it's the same. The options are the same, okay? You also can copy now an entire week or only a specific shift. Any question, Alicia, that you want to share?
No questions. No.
Oh, perfect. Okay. So now that we have we saw the recap of the scheduling generation, how to adjust a schedule. Also want to quickly show you here on the daily view that you can also see what are the agents that are scheduled, okay, for specific tasks. Imagine that you have here 3 agents that are scheduled for chat, and you need 19 in this case. You can then change the agents to chat, publish it, and this will adjust, and you will you don't need to publish it, sorry. Right now you see, now you have 4 agents at this moment scheduled for chat. So like this, you can also be sure to have the correct people on the correct on the right place. Then let's go now to the bulk edit options. It's here. So what we can do, let me go to the weekly view. In bulk, you can first add a shift. Here it's important, I want to share with you that if you have, let's go to the location setup. If you have some rules for the Lisbon location, like start time is from 9 to 5, but you assign a shift manually to an agent from 10 to 6, when you use the manually add shift for your agents, the tool ignores those rules that you set up here, okay? So adding a shift is really forcing the tool to not respect the rules that you have here and adding manually. So add a shift. You select first the shift that you want to add for a specific day. Here you can select the 16, or you can select an entire week or several days. Here, once again, force the generation, okay, because you want to add, and you will add for a specific team or a specific agent. You can always add the team, you can select your agents, a location, or the entire list of your agents. This is for the shift. It's super simple. You just need to be sure to have it well organized by the location name, the shift names, and the intraday names, so you don't lose and you don't confuse them, okay? So this is just to add a shift, really simple. Then you can add a task. This case is really useful when you have, for example, a last minute meeting, for example. You can quickly add, and let me go to the daily view. Let me take this. And I'm going to take the billing team as an example, okay? So imagine that I want to add a meeting at 2 p.m. for everyone. So I come here, I add a task, and I select my general task meeting. Sorry, I'm just not on the correct date. So I'm going to the 27. Okay, so let's put that meeting at 8 p.m., for example. Okay. Add a task for this day, meeting 8 p.m. I want a meeting of 30 minutes. This meeting can also be a recurring one, right? For example, every Wednesday at 8 p.m. or at 8 a.m. you have a meeting. You can select, repeat every week, every Wednesday at the time that you choose. And of course, you can say that it needs to end in the end of the month or in the end of the year. You can select the date here and you can add a note. Now, of course, I need to select an agent. So in this case, I'm going to select my billing team and add a task.
Hi, Sophia.
Sorry, yes.
So we have a question from Cabrina Allen. She's asking if we can use the bulk add task button to add, let's say, and this is an example, we need to give everyone a 30-minute bracket to take a product quiz, but we want to ensure we have queue coverage and not all agents attend at the same time.
I'm sorry, Alicia. Can you, or I don't know if you want to answer, but can you repeat, please?
Yeah,
Sorry.
no problem.
Your use
So
case.
basically, Cabrina wants to add a task to everyone last minute, the same way you did here with a meeting, but she
Mhm.
wants to add it at a different time for each agent to make sure that everyone has coverage at all times.
Okay. What I see, and correct me if I'm wrong, Alicia, what I see is, or you selected, you create one at the same moment. As you see, it's not published, so only visible for you. You can select here to see the general task and who is, for example, right now you have 5 people on the meeting at that moment, or you change the start time like this, or you do it like this, or you need to do one by one. What do you think, Alicia?
Yeah, so basically, this will be a workaround because whenever we're adding a task in bulk, we can only select one time, right?
Yeah, that's
However, it's very good feedback, so we can definitely input it in user voice as a product feedback to the product team.
mhm.
The workaround will be what Sophia is doing right now, which is adding that task, but kind of like manually moving it to each agent at a different time. Also, what I could suggest maybe would be to select different teams or different groups and create kind of like different buckets. So, like maybe 3 people can take it at 8 a.m., 3 other people would take it at 11 a.m., and so on. So, at least the manual editing will be less.
Yeah. And also there's another option. Of course, this is in bulk and it's a last minute meeting. But for example, on the locations and the shift setup, let me quickly go to the Lisbon one and this one. For example, if you add that your agents, you don't specify the start time, but you say that every time after 2 hours of the shift, the agent needs to have a meeting. It's not a good example, but you can always also set up the meetings on the shift intraday on a specific time slot. Okay, not on a specific time slot, sorry, on a specific time range, like 2 hours after the meeting start, we want the agent to be on this specific task. This is also an option. So there's not a straight way of doing it, and sorry for that, but you have several little workarounds. Okay, hope we answered the question. Alicia, tell me, anything else?
No, there's no more questions.
No? Okay, perfect. So when adding the task, this is the two main example: last minute meeting, or to plan a training, or a recurring task. A recurring task can be, of course, a work stream ticket. Okay, a task is everything. So it can be a work stream, a combined work stream, it can be any general task on your list. And just be careful here. If the agent, of course, the tool here, it's in bulk, right? So you have the list of agents. If you schedule a chat task for everyone, the tool here is not able to tell you this agent is not assigned to chat. So he will schedule the agent to the work stream you selected. Here it's really you are forcing the tool, so the tool don't respect the rules on the location. Okay. Then what you can also do here, you can add time off. So when adding time off, once again, you can select here vacations, for example. Don't forget that if you put full day, the entire 24 hours will be added to the time off. So if you want the specific hours of the shift, you need to use the partial one. Okay. Then here for the time off, you can select any day, even like this. If the agent submits you with the time off requests in an external tool, you can come here and add the time offs like this. So the list will be added here, and imagine the agent is always doing the 8 a.m. shift with an end time of 5 p.m. and you can add this time off. Of course, don't forget to add an entire team, an entire group, or select the agent individually, okay? And this is how you add time off. Let's try here, for example, with Major. So he's off, he was off today, okay? So I'm going to put it like this. I'm going to select the agent name and add time off, and this is how it will appear, okay? Then, of course, very important, when it's in yellow, means that it's not published and visible for the agent on the Zendesk side, okay? But time offs don't need to be published. So every time you add a medical appointment or a time off of your agents, by default, no need to publish it. It will be showing as time off. And you also will be able to see if you, for example, delete the time off, the shift is still there, okay? So you know what was the agent doing, and maybe you need to add this shift to someone else. Then the last option is the edit shift option. And here is very useful if you want to delete shifts in bulk or you want to change the start time, for example. Let me give you here an example for the billing team. Here we have, imagine, Major and Joseph starts at 4 p.m., but imagine that they requested or you need them to start at 3 p.m., okay? So you go here, edit. You can then select, of course, the date. You can go to your team, in that case is billing team, filter the results, here the agents. And now I'm going to select Major and Joseph. And here you can delete those two shifts for this agent. You can, of course, if you want to do it, an action for all the agents on this team, you just click here on the agent. If you select the two agents and you move and change the start time, for example, you have two options, specific time or relative adjustment. In this case, you can just add, I want them to start at 3 p.m. If you want relative adjustment, you click here, minus or plus, minus, and you put that you want them to start 1 hour earlier. And you put OK, and right away the two agents are now starting at 3. I think I added, I think there's something with my time zone here, but yes, normally they should have go both to the 3 p.m. I'm sorry, I don't know what happened here or what I did, but this is how you change the start time of an agent. Here, for example, Joseph and Major, this is the 28th, and let me start again. So on the 28th, if I go here to the billing team, Joseph and Major, and we want to change the start time to 3 p.m. Okay, so here you have the 3 p.m. right now. It's not published, it's in yellow, but this is how you change. Let me see here too, if I, so yes, you can filter the agent by location. So here, all the list of your locations, by team, the list of your team. If, of course, in the roles and permissions, you only have access to see billing team and Elodie's team, we will display only those two, okay? But this is something that you manage on the roles and permissions side. You can also check and select a specific agent name, and you have the agent that you can for any reason, delete the shift like this, okay? The same if you generate a schedule for 3 months for an entire team and then you want to delete everything, it's also here that you will do that. Alicia.
Yeah, we have a question again from Cabrina. So
Mhm.
she's asking, could you use edit shift to have people start at different times? For example, maybe you want Major to start at 2 and Joseph to start at 3.
You cannot change the two start times at the same time. You will need to do it individually, okay? So this option is when you want to change in bulk. So Joseph and Major all together at this time. But imagine that they start, for example, this agent starts at this time and this one at this time. I never tried it, to be very honest, but I think that if you select an agent starting at 1 a.m., another one in 1 p.m., and another one in 4 p.m., and you use the option to change start time and add 1 more hour, okay, everything is going to be 1 hour to earlier or and 1 hour later. What do you think, Alicia?
Yeah, that is correct.
I
I'm
think that's
sorry, I realized my camera was off as well.
okay. That's
Yeah.
good. Perfect.
She has
Yes.
a follow-up question. Does it
Yes.
also shift the end time so the
Yes.
shift length stays the same? That's a good question.
So can we change the end time and?
No, so let's say that you change the starting time. Does it
Mhm.
also change the end time of the shift for the shift length to stay the same? Or do
Mhm.
we also need to change that manually?
No. It changed the end and the start and the end time. So the duration will be the same. Okay. If you want to change the duration, then the option is to come here and to change the duration like this. Okay. For example, 1 hour. You can change it via this option here, or you can change the end time also via this option. Not the end time, sorry, the length of the shift. Okay, hope it helped. Any other question, Alicia?
I believe that's it for now, but if
Yeah.
anything pops up, I'll let you know.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Then we have yes, what I wanted to say is now that we add shifts manually, that we add a task, that we add time off and we change the schedule, of course, don't forget to publish the changes. You can select you can even select 6 months for the publishing part, okay? And then you select the agent. So you select everyone on your team or you select a specific agent. In this case, I'm going to select everyone. Everything will show now clear with no yellow indication. And now I want to show you what happens on the agent side, okay? So if I go to and I'm sorry because this is a test account, so sometimes several people are using it at the same time. So I see that, for example, the changes, let me publish it again. Let me see, I have here on the 28, let me start and try again, save it. I want to be sure that exactly. So now it's clear, everything is good. Now on the agent side, when they are on the Zendesk page, they have two WFM icons. The first one is this one that is responsible for the tracking of your agent, and it's where the agent is going to tell you if they are on the lunchtime, on a meeting, on a training, on a break. It's where they can lock themselves on an activity. It's where they can start the day, for example, if they start the day with a meeting, We are not able to track that automatically. So they need to tell us, okay, my day starts with a meeting. If they start the day with a ticket or working on Zendesk, they just need to open a ticket and the tracking starts automatically, okay? It's also when they will tell us that they ended the day and lock themselves on an activity. Then there's another WFM icon that it's here on the left sidebar. And here it's where your agents are going first, they are going to receive a little notification here to say that the schedule was updated or changes were made to their schedule. And then when they come here, they are able to see several things. So the first one is they see what is the current activity that they need to do, what they are scheduled for, and what is the next task. So now I'm on the chat and voice, combined work stream, and then at 7:30 I have a training. They also are able to see the time off requests. Right now there's a time off request sent, but it's still pending to be approved. They will be able to see the shift rate. So they ask to trade a shift with someone else. They requested, but is also pending to be approved, okay? And the shift requests if they have some. So here they also see their schedule, when they start, tomorrow, what is going to happen. They see their schedule, but if you request, this is not by default, but it's possible to add a team schedule view. Be careful because here they will see all other teams, okay, information. So, or the teams they belong, I mean. So on the team schedule, they are able, of course, to see on the weekly base all the schedules and shifts for a week, but they can also select the name of my colleague Gustavo, and here I'm able to see the tasks and the intraday of that agent. Okay, so maybe they can request to shift a trade to trade a shift for a specific day with specific tasks, and they see that, for example, Gustavo is free that day. Maybe he can request to trade the shift with him that day. What they can also see, so if I go here, just going back a little bit, on the team schedule, they also see the open trade. So the shift that other people requested to trade. And here I'm going to show you later, but on the shift trade option, you can see the pool of shifts and you can just pick the one that suits you the best. Then this is where also the agents are going to see the available shifts. So the shifts that the team didn't assign to anyone. For example, I have an 8 a.m. shift free on Saturday. Who can do it? So it will appear here and you just select it, and your manager, of course, needs to approve it. So it's what we call on the scheduling side, and if I go here, it's what we call the unassigned shifts. Okay, I'm going to quickly show you that, for example, here I have this shift on Friday. That is, this is the time that he's applying, and then unassigned, and this is the people that can see it and they can choose it. Then we also have the trade shift. This is for me to request to trade a shift, and I'm going to show you quickly. And the time off request. This is where I ask for vacation, inform that I have a medical appointment, everything that the admins created on the time off reasons page.
Sophia, we have a question from Arthur before we move on to another feature.
Yes.
So he's asking, where can we enable the team schedule view for the agents? Is it a part of an EAP?
I don't think, I think you need to request your account team or via a support request. And once again, Alicia, I know it was an early access feature. I think it's not anymore an early access feature. So we need to, the customers need to request to the account team or to the support team, right?
Yeah, I think the best way to go here would be to ask your account team, so your CSM or your account executive, and they will make an internal request to us or to the product manager so he or she can enable it.
Yes. But once again, be careful, because you need to be sure that your teams are correctly set up. Okay, so the agents don't see information from the team leads, etc. Okay. Perfect. Another thing, do you have any other question, Alicia? Sorry.
No, that will be it for
No?
now.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Just also to be sure that you know this, the team's configuration here on the organization structure is super important, because it's the manager of the team that will receive the time off requests, the shift trade requests, and it will receive an email notification. So of course an agent can be part of two teams, but the two managers will receive those requests. Okay. Then, so let's do here a quick example of how to request time off. Just here. So if I go to today's, and I'm going to request time off for Friday, for example. So it's here. I have a medical appointment, partial on the 29 from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. and I'm going to add here that it's dentist. So the message is to your manager. Okay, I request time off. And here on the left side, you see I add a vacation request that was pending, and now I have the medical appointment. What happened on the manager side? So he receives an email notification, and then they can go here on the same icon of the scheduling. You will see the time off management page, and here I think this will take a little bit to load because it's it's a test account. So what you
Sorry, Sophia, I think you're muted. I'm not sure if you can hear me.
Yes, Alicia.
Yeah, perfect.
Sorry. When you stopped to listen to me?
No, just like a minute. Because I
No.
was trying to see if I can enable the microphone for Cabrina, because she has a lot of questions and we love it because this is what we're here for, Cabrina. But so I'm going to read the question that she has, and I'm not sure that I actually know the answer, to be fair honest, but I believe she's talking about the team schedule.
Okay.
And she's asking, Alicia's team won't be able to see the billings team schedule. And I was personally under the impression, and maybe this has changed in the past, but when we enable the team schedule view, everyone should be able to see everyone's schedule, or will this depend on roles and permissions?
So yes, it's true that maybe I'm wrong when I share that the agent will only see the team he's belonging to. Maybe he will see all the team's information, right? You also understood this.
That's what I thought.
Okay.
But again, maybe this has changed. So what we can do is that we can get the answer from the product team just to double confirm, and we can get back to you, Cabrina.
Yes, let's do that. Yes, because sometimes things change very quickly in WFM based on the customer's feedback, and this is probably a thing that needs to be the scopes need to be aligned, right? So that an agent can only see the information of their team. But I think in this case it's true. I don't belong to all teams, but it's also because I'm an admin. So we will check internally and we will come back to you. Any other question, Alicia?
No, I think for now that's it.
Okay, perfect. So I don't know if you heard when I said that, so you heard when I requested time off, right, Alicia? Or no?
Yes, when you requested time off, then you made the request, and then we were seeing them on the left side, I believe. Yeah.
Exactly. So now we are on the manager side. So here I see that Sophia requested a medical appointment. Here the message, dentist, a partial one, the time off period, and the date requested. And here the manager can approve, deny, or respond with a comment without approving or denying. Okay. Once it's approved or deny, we will consider it as closed. So it will show on the closed tab. Right now here, it's all the pending ones. Then if you, for example, select the billing team, we will show you only the requests from the billing team, okay? And once again, if you have on the roles and permissions side, I'm going to quickly show you that the manager only see his team information, the scope of the team, it's only his team. So in this case here, we will only show you the requests from your agents. So this is for the time off management. I'm sorry, I wanted this to be a little bit quicker so I can approve it. Just wanted to show you that after I approve, it will change, of course, from the pending part to the approved part. Let me see if I wait a little bit more. Okay, Sophia, you see now I'm going to approve it. Time off was approved. The agent will receive a notification, an email notification, and when the agent is going to their scheduling side in Zendesk, they will see that it was approved. Same for the shift trade. Alicia, just confirm we have 1 hour, right? It's 1 hour session.
Usually it's 45 minutes, and then at the end we leave around 15 minutes, or maybe we can leave less, 10 minutes for a Q&A. We do have another question from Cabrina.
Okay.
She says, when we manually add time off, does it just automatically show as approved for the agent, or do they get any notification?
Okay, that's a very, very, very good question, because I forgot to mention that. So here on the settings on this time off management page, we recently added this option to automatically approve time off. So if this is disabled, no time off request is going to be approved automatically, never. So all the managers, of course, need to approve them. It's only automatically approved for the teams that you will add it to this list. And of course, you have some rules, and the rules for now are, if there's less than X amount of people with time off per day, X amount of people with less than 5, for example, there's less than 5 people with time off per week, or time off per month. This is right now the only thing that you can select to automatically approve time off. So yes, I hope I answered. So if this is not set up, you of course need to approve it. Okay, and it's also not possible to approve in bulk, right? It's not possible to put here all Gustavo's requests and approve them all. No, you need to go one by one and approve them. Any other questions?
So she was asking about the notifications when they're manually approved.
When they are manually approved, they receive an email.
And that's what I'm actually testing now while being on the webinar. But basically, if I submit a request and you're my manager, and you go ahead and you approve it, do I get a notification for it, or it just appears on the agent schedule?
That's a good question. We always have surprised question too. Let me see. I just approved time off. Yes. So quickly show you on my emails, your time off has been approved.
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, you receive an email notification. Very good question. Thank you. Any other question, Alicia?
Yeah, I think it's a follow-up question. It seems like she meant like when we add time off from the daily task view. Oh, you mean from the scheduling page?
Yes.
Yes, that's what she means.
Mm-hmm. And sorry. And the question is?
The question is, so let's say that here you add time off without me requesting it.
Okay.
Will the agent receive a notification on their end?
No, I think this doesn't need to be published. It will automatically be showing here, like I add an example here. So I added vacations. Sorry, no, here I requested vacations, so it's pending to be approved. But let's quickly try if I add time off for Saturday. Time off here. So if I quickly add time off for this day, and I go here, time off, you see, sorry, the time off was, I was too quick. We had a notification on the Zendesk screen. We don't have on the email notification, but you have there. Yeah. Right, Alicia? You heard me? Yes?
I did.
Okay, perfect. Let me quickly add this, and you see changes in your schedule has been published. So even if the time off is not published, this is what we show to your agents when you add the time off. Any other question?
For now, that's it.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for all the nice questions. Very good. Now, just want to show you that once you approve the time off, you see now you have the pending, still the vacation, and here is the medical appointment, and the one that I added later, they were recently approved, so they are showing here. So this is for the time off request. Now, let me just go here. If I add full day. Okay, so if you go on holidays, I also want to show you this. So if you go on vacations and you add that you'll be off full days, you can select 2 entire weeks or 3 weeks, the time needed for your holidays. Okay, so you don't select day by day in this case, you select a time range, and of course you can message your manager. Then when it comes to the shift rates, and I hope no one is keeping the questions until the end, so I think I'm going to finish right on time. So when it comes to the shift rate request, I can request to trade a shift, or I can see what is available on the shift pool. Let's say it like this. So here I made some tests before our webinar. Here, for example, you can have for all dates or specific dates. Imagine that you don't work on Saturday, but you want to see if anyone wants to trade the shift, or the all dates. And you can search by people too. And here we have Alex. And it's one day that it's interesting for me, so I can take it. And then you see that Alex prefers receiving a shift for the 7. But I'm not, of course, you can propose one on the 7, and you also have a shift on the 7. And you can also propose another day, right, on the 11. And you also have, if you don't have shifts to trade, of course, you are not able to you are not able to continue with this request, right? You need to offer something to trade the shift. So in this case, imagine you see on the second, I don't have, so I cannot do this. But I'm going to be nice and I'm going to select, sorry, I'm just going here and I'm going to select the 7 because Alex prefers. The shift is automatic selected and send your offer. It disappeared from the pool. No one is able to select it anymore. And right now you have also your shift trade requests here. Okay, so your shift to trade with Alex, waiting for Alex to accept. Why? Because he needs to accept for your manager to accept. Okay, so Alex wants to trade the shift, you accept and propose something else in return. And he needs to accept. And when everyone agree, so the manager can say, okay, that's good. Why the manager also needs to accept? Because sometimes you don't do the same work on the day, right? I'm special, I work on Portuguese tickets and you work on French tickets. So the manager needs also to check this. So what I have here, waiting for request to be accepted. And here you can, of course, open. So the manager can see, okay, Alex is doing voice all day. Sophia is doing this. Does this work? Yes. You approve and you're done. And if you don't approve, you just deny it. Okay. In this case, for example, Sophia offered the 16th of September, but no one offers anything else in return right now, so I cannot do anything for now. But of course, sorry, I cannot approve it, but I can deny. I can say, no, Sophia, you need to work that day. So if I approve, sorry, right now, I'm not able to approve because Alex also needs to accept my offer. So I need to go on Alex's account. I didn't have time for that. So sorry, but yes, this is how it happens. So several people need to accept for this to work. When it's okay, you go to your schedules and you see the 2 shifts were changed. And also what I wanted to finish with is available shifts. So I don't have an example here, but yes, it's all the available shifts. So the unassigned shifts of your manager, okay, he created shifts not assigned to anyone. You can come here, you can select and choose, and then your manager can also approve that. So you have here the unassigned management page, and you have the closed one. So here it was expired or it was accepted. This one was expired, but you can, of course, accept that your agent take this shift. What I think I forgot to say is that on the shift trade request page, you also have, of course, the option um, to not permit your agent to trade the shifts between themselves. So the only thing you need to do is to create here, to select the settings and turn off and save. Okay. If you turn it on, you can also select the require approval. And I think I said everything I wanted to share today. Any question, Alicia?
No, not really. The last question that we had from Cabrina was if people can take a shift without swapping for another. But I believe you answered that when you were demonstrating the feature.
Yes, you need to give something in return. This is why it's trade shift. If you don't have nothing to trade, uh, inform your manager. For example, okay, I want, and maybe the manager can adjust the schedule based on your request. Yes, but via this option here, it needs to be something in return. Okay.
Awesome.
Any other question?
For now, no.
No? Okay. So I'm going to stop sharing the screen. We need to come back regarding the team view, right? So what are the teams or the scope of the team view? So if the agents can see the information of their teammates or everyone. I also quickly, I just saw this. If you give me, because we still have 1 minute. So when you have the team schedule, you can also see who has time off. Okay, so you see your colleagues shift and also who is not working because it's the weekend or the day off, or who is on holidays, vacation, or medical appointments, and this will show in red like this. Okay, and if you of course select the agent name, you see all the details here and when was the time off added. In this case, it was yesterday. So I think we are good. Alicia, thank you very
Yes,
much for your help.
you're very welcome.
I also want to thank everyone for your super, super nice questions. And if you have any other question, you can always reach out to the Zendesk support team. WFM team is there to help you too, or connect with your account team, CSM, AE, and they will reach out to us. Okay? Thank you very much and have a nice day.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Ciao.